Hello.
What's up, faders? Welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. And, well, as you fine folks know, Got Faded Japan is about two dudes, booze,
And shoes.
No, actually, this is Tokyo when we're inside. We do not wear shoes inside. That'd be great. You know, we'd be so popular if we did a show about kicks. Like, if we're all just talking about shoes and, like, I mean, people love shoes. Shoes are big right now.
I don't think I'm the optimal guest to be on your show if we're going to talk about shoes.
Actually, neither am I, dude. I don't even wear shoes.
I prefer heels, but...
Really? You're a heels guy? Hey, man, you know, there's no hating, man. It's 2023. You can do anything you want these days. Japan in the news, and this is episode number 682. And, yeah, we're a little bit happy right now because we already drank a quarter bottle of whiskey. And, and we have a special guest. We've got one of my favorite guys in the whole world is here, dude. And actually, I'm doing this show not to, like, talk about you and your band. I'm doing this show right now just so I can hang out with you, man. Because we don't hang out together too much, dude.
That is correct. We need to hang out more, and this is a good opportunity.
That's why I'm doing the podcast. I'm like, let's do a podcast. And so, faders, this is a mega long-time fader, friend of the show. He's been on the show before. Brad Didway. Brad Didway!
What's up?
Kampai.
That's my name.
Mm-hmm. And Brad is an amazing guest because Brad came with a present. What did you bring, sir?
I brought the world famous, not world famous, but it will be after today's podcast, Ichiro's.
Ichiro's malt whiskey. Holy smokes, dude. This whiskey is amazing. It's one of my favorite whiskeys. I love this whiskey. I think Ardbeg, Ichiro's Malt, and maybe Balmore are my three favorite whiskeys.
I don't think this has anything to do with the baseball player, by the way. It could. It's called Ichiro's. He might own it. Who knows?
I don't think he does, but you know the interesting thing about this whiskey? It's distilled in Saitama.
It's definitely not the baseball player's whiskey, then.
No, definitely not. But Saitama is like a prefecture that's just north of Tokyo, and it's not known for water. There's like no water. There's no lakes. There's no nothing. It's just like farmland. So it's interesting that, you know, Ichiro's Malt, one of the best whiskeys in the whole world, is from this area. It's so weird because you would think like the best whiskeys would be from well, Nika is from Hokkaido, and there's like lots of waterfalls and mountains, and the water up there is so fresh, you know? And then a lot of like Nihonshu and sake is from, it's from Kyushu and Niigata, and those two areas are like really famous for their delicious water, like it's very fresh and so on. So it's so weird. We're like, Ichiro's Malt is from, you know,
well,
Saitama.
They have rivers. They're not completely deprived.
Yeah, there's rivers, but it's like, you know, it's like Tamagawa River.
Could be from like Chichibu or something. You never know.
Well, they're not known for like water, though. I mean, what's famous in Saitama other than Ichiro's Malt?
Well, we could have listeners from Saitama, so I'm going to withhold my...
Oh, yeah, we probably should do that, yes.
Hi, Saitama.
Saitama is a beautiful place with many wonderful people, and we love you guys, and we love Saitama. Saitama's great. Gorgeous Saitama. In fact, I'm going to go to Saitama tomorrow because...
Everybody travel to Saitama.
Yes, I'm going to go there tomorrow, and I'm going to go to an izakaya, and I'm going to...
Kawagoe.
Yes, eat some food and drink some beers, and it's going to be fantastic. Yes, Saitama, we love you. Oh, man. And speaking of love, man, I love your new album.
Thank you very much.
I love your new album, dude. Oh my gosh, your new album is absolutely fantastic, and let's talk about it. So, yes,
indeed,
the new album is the name is Star Above Tokyo.
Yes, the album's name is Star Over Tokyo, and the band name is One Star Constellation.
That's stars are in my eyes.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it's absolutely fantastic, and I've got some questions for you, my friend.
I hope I have some answers.
I hope so, too, or this is going to be a really short podcast. Yeah. Okay, all right, so this is kind of weird, interviewing my friend.
I know.
So, Brad, tell us, how did you get into music?
I know. Do I look in your eyes or do I look in the camera?
I look at the camera. Oh, by the way, faders, for all you guys out there that are listening to Got Faded Japan, episode number 682, we do have a YouTube page. We had an old YouTube page, but it got kind of diluted. So we've got a new YouTube page, and if you go to the new YouTube page and you subscribe, it will make us very, very, very happy. We're uploading videos, I think, 3 times a week or something.
You're asking me?
I don't. Yeah. Oh, you subscribe.
Well, yeah, I do, but I don't run the podcast.
Oh yeah. I run the podcast. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm like the king of like. Well, anyway. So.
The Ichiro's is working.
It is working. Yeah. We shouldn't have drank a quarter bottle of whiskey before doing the podcast. That was probably Actually, it was a great idea at the time.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
It probably will. Yeah, once my words start slurring, yeah, you guys are gonna know. Okay, so you were on the show before, and when you're on the show, I think it was like 5 years ago, you were in Negative Zero.
That is correct.
And Negative Zero was really, it was like very 90s alternative. It was very aggressive. It was kind of like Smashing Pumpkins and Red Hot Chili Peppers if they had a baby. If they had a baby, that would have been Negative Zero. And by the way, Negative Zero, I'm just going to live by this phrase. Negative Zero, if that makes any sense. Negative Zero is like the best name for a band.
I liked it.
I loved it. Negative Zero. And then actually, when Billy Corgan was on... Corgan? Is that his last name?
Yeah, Billy Corgan.
Billy Corgan. When he was on Joe Rogan, he even said the phrase Negative Zero. He's like, man, that's like Negative Zero.
Did he say that?
He did say that.
I listened to that podcast, but I don't recall that. I would have got excited if I remembered that.
Oh my God, dude. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God. Negative Zero. Yeah. He said that. Yeah. And actually, that was an amazing interview. Oh my God. That was spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it is correlated. I used to have the Smashing Pumpkin shirt, Zero, and I remember wearing that, and my dad said something like, oh, Zero, you should name your band like the Zeros. And I was like, I can't do that. That's a Smashing Pumpkin song. He's like, well, what about Negative Zero? So I made the band name Negative Zero. But in retrospect, come to find out, if you search Spotify, a lot of other people have thought of the name Negative Zero, so it wasn't completely exclusive. Yeah. And it was nobody got famous with it, so it was still kind of up for grabs, but we didn't get famous, and it was time to move on to a different thing with this band. So,
well, that's cool.
Rest in peace, Negative Zero.
Rest in peace. Don't pour whiskey on the carpet or anything like that. You know how like gangsters, they have 40s and they do that? Yeah.
No, I'm going to pour the whiskey in my mouth.
Oh, that's a good idea. Here, come by.
Come by.
Yeah. God, this whiskey is so good.
It is beautiful.
Oh my God. It is. From Saitama.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Saitama. The greatest prefecture in all of Japan.
Yeah, actually, if I did move, I would move to Saitama. Like, up there, rent is super cheap, and you can get a huge apartment that's really close to, like, Jujo Station for, like, I think, like, Rokman yen, 60,000 yen. What was that, $600? Like a 2 LDK or something? I got a friend that lives up in Saitama, and I'm just like, oh my God. A lot of artists in Tokyo are actually moving to Saitama just because of the space.
We keep talking about Saitama, and you keep creating an uncomfortable situation of where I want to say why I don't want to move to Saitama, but we should avoid that because we like Saitama.
We love Saitama. I want to know. It whispered in my ear very quietly next to the microphone. Okay, so all right, so just to like get everybody up to speed that didn't listen to the well, I wouldn't say previous, but to the old episode. That must have been like episode number 300 or something.
That was before video existed in the world.
It was before YouTube? Oh my God. So that was like what, 2006?
No.
Holy smokes. That was my old apartment that was up the hill.
Yep, video existed. You just didn't have that yet.
Yeah,
so it was all audio. And so now I have to look at myself talk, which is scary. But
just look at the microphone.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. It looks like you're looking at my dick, dude. That's weird. Like, hey, come on, man. My eyes are up here, okay, Brad?
Well, we are drinking Ichiro's together.
Yeah, oh yeah. But no, Ichiro's is so good. Oh my God, I'm so happy. We're actually drinking this way too quickly. I'm drinking whiskey like it's water.
Right.
Didn't Jesus make whiskey into water? Or water into whiskey or something? Or no, it was wine.
He should have. I mean, I think if he's Jesus, he has the capability to vary between alcohol. I think they only documented the time he made wine. But I bet you he probably, like, did various alcohols, right?
I mean, he's Jesus. Yeah, of course. You know, maybe that's what somebody wrote down, but he made so many alcohols. Like, the guy that was writing everything down, he's like, fuck it, just wine.
Yeah. He's like, it's Taco Tuesday. We're making tequila today.
Sorry, Christians, but I mean, come on, it was an easy shot. All right. So, all right, how did you get into music, just to bring everybody up to speed?
Well, you're asking questions that have like very long stories, and I'm very famous for my long stories, so I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm going to drink. Go for it.
All right.
Let me just pour it. Well, no, I still got a little more.
Yeah, you still have some more to go.
Yeah.
And actually, withhold pouring another drink before you pour another drink, because there's a reason behind that. But how did I get started on music? There's like so many layers to that story. I guess it started when I was 10 years old, and actually my sister like played clarinet in the band and stuff. So naturally I was a little kid. She's 4 years older than me, and when you're a kid, you always like want to do what your older sibling does. So, except for me, I was interested in saxophone. I think I went to Disneyland and I saw the jazz band playing. I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to play saxophone. So
saxophone is cool.
So I started at 10 years old playing saxophone in school. I don't know that that actually directly equaled me playing rock music, because at that time, I was just playing saxophone, but you're still a kid and in junior high school. So if you don't have any identity with music, once again though, like growing up in the 90s, like my sister did have bands she liked. So there was like all these bands that she would talk about, and here in MTV was a big thing in the 90s. So even though I wasn't like buying CDs for myself or like listening to the CDs, I remember like when Smashing Pumpkins like came out with like Disarm, and I remember the music video with Billy Corgan flying around like an old Victorian house through the sky and just being a kid like, oh, my sister said this is the Smashing Pumpkins, or or oh, my sister says this is Candlebox and she likes this, or my sister says this is like Nirvana.
You got a cool sister.
Well, I think her music taste degraded as we grew up, but like in the 90s, like a lot of the things I took, I shouldn't say that, that's not true. She still has great music taste, but like I really went full 90s with the rock thing when I got into rock. Like when I was 12, I remember coming home one day and like she was playing Nirvana Unplugged, and like I'd heard it a million times before, but for some reason that day I remember this like very vividly, it might have been 12 or 11, like I heard it, I was like, huh, this is like something I can mess with. Like I guess I don't have to censor myself. This is something I can fuck with. Like,
oh, so, no, you can say anything you want. Got fit in Japan, dude.
Right.
Have you met Tom?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's why, like, no matter what, no matter how old I am, no matter like how my music tastes changed throughout the years of playing music or loving music, Nirvana will always be my favorite band, because that was the one where I heard one day where it clicked and I was just like, I think I'm interested in music now. So yeah, I got into Nirvana and I bought Nirvana Unplugged, and I bought That was the same year. This was like, unfortunately, after Kurt Cobain died. I remember when he died, like I still knew all that stuff, but I was like, even though I knew who he was, and I was kind of like, oh, I know, it was sad, but I wasn't really into his music. So
really, I remember that whole day.
Yeah, because I was 10 years old. How many kids like who are
Holy
10 like?
Shit, I'm way older than you. I was 16.
Well, it was not that in this perspective. That's not that far apart. But during that time, yeah, I was like a little kid playing on the playground, and you were like smoking cigarettes in the schoolyard or something. I don't know what you were doing when you were 16, actually.
Actually, I used to have lunch in school. Oh. We used to walk down the street to the bar. There's a bar that... Well, anyway, that's a different story. So, yeah, so I remember, exactly that whole day when Kurt Cobain died. That was fucked up.
Yeah, me too. I remember it being on MTV News and Kurt Loder talking about it and them playing, like, clips of Nirvana Unplugged. But anyways, fast forward, it seemed like a long generation gap from the period that I got into them and the time when he died. But it was only, like, 2 years, and that clicked. And immediately after I bought my first 3 albums were Nirvana Unplugged, Smashing Pumpkins. Actually, it wasn't even Full Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. I bought like the Bullet with Butterfly Wings single.
That's good.
And then I bought Green Day Dookie. It was the same day, like, because before that I had only owned 2 other CDs in my life, and it was 3 other CDs, and it was Coolio's Gangster's Paradise.
It's a good one.
Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It, and Boys to Men 2. So I was.
You're from LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, those were good CDs, and I did like them, and I wanted them as a kid, but I didn't really like have my own musical identity. But when I bought those 3 rock CDs, that's when everything changed, and it wasn't long after that I wanted to play guitar, and my dad played guitar.
Cool.
Yeah, but he was never the kind of like dad who was like, I play guitar, therefore my son shall learn guitar. He was more like, I play guitar, and if one day Brad wants to play guitar, like, I will teach him, but I'm not going to say anything. And one day, sure enough, I was like, I want to play guitar.
Cool, man. That's a great story.
Yeah, and that's how it started, basically. So, really, like, how did I get into music? Was saxophone, and I still play saxophone. So my musical journey started at 10, but my rock journey started at 12, and it's just, like, been progressing there. And then I eventually learned to play drums in high school, and then I moved to Japan, and now I don't have a drum set, so I forgot how to play drums.
I can get you an electric drum set if you want one.
Well, when I have space for it. This is
okay, it is Tokyo. You gotta move to Saitama.
Yeah. We're going to Saitama.
We're going. No sleep till.
Speaking of which,
Saitama.
Hang on. Can you complete this sentence for me? My mom busted in and said, "What's that noise?" And then, Mom, you just
jealous. It's the
Beastie Boys.
What the fuck is this? Oh my! You brought beer? What kind of a guest are you, man? Usually guests come here and they drink all my beer. You brought beer? Oh, Jesus Christ! This is the Yeasty Boys.
I didn't expect you to segue into that so nicely with the Beastie Boys reference.
I did not know this is happening. Holy shit! What percentage is this? Because I'm already really fucked up. Is it like 25%?
No,
dude.
It's no.
6.5. Perfect. All right, great. Yeah. Dude, I had a beer that was 14% like about a week ago. Dude, it tasted like vodka. It was like vodka and barley. This is awesome. Yeasty Boys.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I was like, how do I bust this out as a surprise? And I had this like image in my mind, like, I'm going to sing the Beastie Boys. I didn't expect you to actually quote the Beastie Boys where I could so naturally bring it out. You gotta fight for your right to party.
All right, here we go.
Where is this from? I didn't even...
this is... Oh, man. It's carbonated. It's very carbonated.
Yeah, that's what happens when you carry beer in your bag and you ride a bicycle.
You rode your bike here?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, I came in my Ferrari. Sorry.
Do you know what neighborhood we're in?
I forgot, like, I'm a big rich rock star. Out here to promote my album.
This is fantastic. Okay, we got to give these guys a plug. It's the Yeasty Boys by Gunamate.
Yeah, Earl Grey IPA. Very interesting.
Right.
I bought it, like, to be honest with you, I saw Earl Grey IPA and I'm like...
Oh, it's made with Earl Grey tea and it's got that tea. It's got that taste.
I was conflicted because I was like, I like IPAs more than anything, but I was like, Earl Grey tea and IPA? I don't know if this works, but it's called the fucking Yeasty Boys.
Fuck yeah, you can't go wrong.
How could I not buy this?
Yeah, totally. Okay, there's some text right here that describes the beer. You should probably read that since you're the one that brought it, dude. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate this. Holy
Boldly
shit.
floral, like no man has gone before. No, that doesn't say that. Much like your granny's bedroom, with stone fruit and citrus, notes and a long, dry finish. Actually, their explanation was better than my whole, like, Star Trek tangent. That is actually what it says. Just in case you don't believe me.
All right, check out the YouTube. You can see the picture of this. Holy shit, this is good.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I haven't figured... This is from... Wait. Utopian Brewing, Crediton, Devon... I don't know what country that is. Netherlands. Sorry. Utrecht, Netherlands. I mispronounced that.
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude. Street names and address names in the Netherlands.
Cinderhus, Wassengaslaan, 31. That's very, like, ignorant.
You know, if it's Dutch, you gotta go like this. Like, for example, it's like...
I'm bad with accents.
Netherlands. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we got fans in the Netherlands.
It's only 186 calories, so it's good for you.
What's up, Jop? What's up, Jop? Hope you're watching this, Jop. You better be watching this, Jop. We're drinking your beer, Jop. Jop. What's up? He's a fader in the Netherlands.
I love when, like, beers are from other countries, but they have really cool, like, Americana culture names like that. It's like, you put some thought into that, and I'm glad to know that people are awesome all around the world.
They are. People are awesome all around the world, especially when they listen to Got Fitted Japan.
All around the world, and I can't find my baby.
I can't find my feet. Okay, all right, so let's talk about your new album. Okay, so the new album...
Indeed.
Is Star Above Tokyo.
Star Over Tokyo.
Star Over Tokyo. Yes, I'm kind of wasted. Faded, wasted. Waist faded. Faced. Oh, I fasted. I'm fasted. I'm fasted. Okay, that's a new term. All right, so tell us about the new album.
Yes, so anyways, we'll be releasing a new album on March 11th.
Oh, it's not released?
No, it's coming out on March 11th.
Oh, so I got a Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
I got a preview. I listened to it like a couple of days ago. It's awesome.
I know. I sent you this sneak preview because it was. You probably should have heard it before we talk about it. Because if you thought it sucked, then you probably don't want me on this podcast. But
yeah. Oh, like, Brad, you can come over and bring some whiskey, but that's it. We ain't recording.
Yeah, a little bit taboo day to have a release, but I wanted our release party to align with the Saturday and have like a release gig, and the venue was only available on March 11th, so I was like, there's probably a reason why that date was available in Japan, but anyways, can't be helped. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, all right, let's not go there.
Yeah.
We're not opening up that can of worms.
We were here. We experienced it, therefore. Anyways, we moved past that, and times are brighter, and March 11th shall now be remembered as the day the hit record Star Over Tokyo was released. So, what would you like to know about it? Like,
well, you know, and the thing is, like, Negative Zero and your new band is like very different. Like, Negative Zero is kind of aggressive, you know. It was very like, it was kind of like what's that, like, Soundgarden song, like, Spoon Man. It's like very aggressive.
Come together with your hand.
Yeah, and melodic, right? In a good way, in a very good way. And I love Negative Zero, and I love like just the power of the band. Like, when you guys performed, I mean, people like stopped what they were doing. Like, if somebody's in a conversation talking about this, that, or the other thing, and once you guys started like singing your first song, after like 10 seconds, they stopped the conversation, like, oh shit, and they paid attention to what you guys are doing. You guys completely controlled the room, like every single time. It was like always amazing. Every time you guys performed at one of my events, I knew it was going to be a great night, you know. And so this new band is it's not very different. It's different because it's a little bit more, it's like more mature, you know? It's less like college. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, you know, it's less like angst, you know?
That's exactly what I was going for. I mean, to be honest with you, like I explained to you my beginnings. My beginnings were 90s grunge rock, and like, Nirvana is my favorite band. Although I would say, as much as I wanted to try to write like Kurt Cobain, I never could because I don't have that screaming voice. I just don't have the capacity to be able to scream like he did, I just wasn't that punk rock. Like, I wanted to be that punk rock, but I wasn't. So there was little aspects of Nirvana in our music, but I think like the actual influence for my songwriting came a lot more from Billy Corgan, like Smashing Pumpkins.
Absolutely, you sound like him too when you sing.
Yeah, I mean,
like a younger Billy,
for better or worse, because it's like I always like say like Billy Corgan's voice is kind of an acquired taste. Like, I'm not a pop singer, but my singing goes really well with my music. So you like, you love it or you don't love it. But I think that, anyways, I loved how they did like a lot of work with dynamics, like up and down, and like it was kind of orchestral. And so a lot of my songwriting is very influenced by that. But yeah, so when I made my bands, I'm very good at the grunge stuff, and I did the grunge thing for quite a long time, and my roots are grunge, but I also, like, listened to a lot of other stuff, and basically, like, as I got older, it's like I listened to all things 90s. I didn't just listen to grunge. I was listening to, like, what would be pop rock now, you know, like Gin Blossoms, or, like, even recently I listened to Goo Goo Dolls. I didn't even know that I liked the Goo Goo Dolls. I hated them in the 90s, but I was like, now I listen to them, I was like, our music sounds similar to this, even though I wasn't trying to rip this off.
Really?
Or in the 2000s, I got like heavily into Radiohead, and I got like I love like really dreamy, spacey stuff. So there was a lot of things, and I love jazz, I love reggae, I love like pop, I love this, and like so. I wasn't only a grunge person, but for a long time I was only writing grunge music.
Yeah. Well, I think with this new album, to be honest, I think it sounds a little bit more like the Pixies.
There are songs that sound like the Pixies, and I didn't try to sound like that. And I really like how this if you're gonna ask me how this band started, then I should wait for that question. But like,
how did this band start? I don't even need this paper right now. I write down all these questions. I'm like, God, you know, every time I do an interview and I write down like 50 questions. Within like the first like 20, 30 minutes, half the questions are already answered just by having a conversation. Yeah.
And I want to give a big disclaimer because a lot of this story is a lot of me. But in actuality, One Star Constellation isn't me. Like, One Star Constellation wouldn't exist without our awesome drummer Dennis, and our
yeah.
awesome bass player Jiro. Jiro also played like a negative zero.
Yeah,
but like
Dennis is awesome. He's a great drummer.
Right? Yeah, he's like one of the best drum. Well, there's a lot of great drummers in Japan. He's definitely like one of the best.
Really
good.
The tops. Yeah, I've seen him perform. Like
I would. The only reason I don't want to say he's the best is because like I don't want to disrespect.
Such a nice guy too. Such a nice guy. Right? He's such a nice guy.
I don't want to disrespect any of the other really good drummers I know, so I won't say he's the best, but I think I'm fucking very lucky to have him, and I think he's amazing, and I don't want to lose him.
Very cool guy.
So he's one of the best.
Okay, now all right, answer the question.
Yeah. So anyways, like just disclaimer because I don't want it to be just my story. Like, what is Brad's story in One Star Constellation? But it does start out with me because negative zero. It was like 2019, and actually, Scott from one of our very good friends' bands, Creep Down, who's going to be playing at our album release party on March 11th at Ruby Room in Tokyo. He started inviting me for these like shows to play acoustic, and I just started out playing cover songs, and then he kept having these shows. So I was like, you know what? Like, I wrote these songs I can't play in negative zero because negative zero is like just grunge and hard, and I also have this like softer experimental side of me or more melodic, and just practicing for those shows, accidentally I would write songs. So I was like, hey, like, I wrote this song, I'll play it at this show. And then I started to have this collection of songs that I didn't know what to do with.
Yeah.
And because it was like they're too sensitive or too melodic or even sometimes poppy. And negative zero is all about being dark and sad and angry.
Aggressive.
Yeah, because it's grunge, you know. But at any rate, yeah, so I had this collection of songs and the pandemic happened. And then negative zero kind of just... the concept of negative zero just dissipated during that time. And then it was like, what do I want to do? Okay, I have these songs. I don't have a band anymore. It'd be cool if I could just record these songs. So at first I was just like, I just want to record them. I was like, Jiro doesn't want to play these songs because I was used to Jiro being in our like negative zero, and I know Jiro likes hard rock, so I just assumed he wasn't interested. So I put out like a casting call. I found Dennis. Dennis was like willing to play. I practiced with Dennis. Fucking so enthusiastic.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy.
He like I didn't have to even tell him what was in my head. Like, even though I have concepts in my head, he hears those concepts too, and he plays them. Such a good drummer. And then I was like, okay, we need a bass player. What should I do? Like, I don't think Jiro wants to play this kind of music, but I hit up Jiro, and then Jiro's like, actually, Jiro like wants to play everything.
Jiro's pretty dynamic,
right? He can play anything. It's amazing. He plays like guitar in Creep Down, like very heavy, like grunge. He's played like metal. He's played everything. But if he's like, yeah, I just like songs. Like,
is that what he said?
No, I think the Yeasty Boys is taking effect.
Actually, I'm getting kind of faded too.
Yeah, but Jiro, of course, like just like Jiro told me, he did tell me though. He's like, I like playing soft stuff too. Like, why would you? He didn't say why would you, but he insinuated like, why would you like not think that I want to play this music? So yeah, Jiro joined on, and it was a good reunion because Jiro is like one of the most loyal, like trusted bass players in Japan. He's consistent. He's always there. He plays amazing stuff.
So positive too.
Right.
So he looks like tough. He looks like Japanese Sid Vicious, but he's always so happy. And I can't imagine that guy being upset. I can't imagine. He's such a nice guy.
And the thing is when I write a song and I have it like all worked out, I actually hear everything like a CD in my head.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm very possessive of the song ideas that I have. So when I take it to the practice, I'm like, I know what I want. But I don't want to be that way. Like, I wish I was a better collaborator where I could sit in the studio and like write along with people. But instead, like, I bring it to the practice and I'm like, oh, I know what I want. I don't know why I did it in like a fake British accent.
I think it's because when you said that, you're like John Lennon, but when you go into the studio, you're kind of more like George.
Yeah. But but Jiro is just like, yeah, whatever, I got it. And then Jiro, like, he has a very unique way of playing bass because he's also a guitar player.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for us, and that was perfect in negative zero too, because we're only a 3-piece. So I on an album I could play like layer all my guitars, I could write lead parts, but when you're playing live, it's like if you just play rhythm and bass, it's very boring. And Jiro's very good like filling in these bass parts with like the lead parts. So anyways,
yeah, he's so good.
One Star Constellation was born. It was just gonna be like, I, as Brad Didway, want to record this album. I think that's what I lied to myself and said. In actuality, I always wanted a band again. But One Star Constellation was born off this idea of me trying to materialize these acoustic songs into something.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. And the whole album's great. My favorite song is was that Letters to Yesterday?
Oh, yeah. That's the first song on the... Which is interesting because a lot of people are saying that. And that was like the last song to be written.
Really, it's really good. Like, it's a really, really, really good song. Like, it's really fantastic.
Yeah, I was... Because I was practicing my guitar, like, to meet with Dennis for the first time. And when I was practicing getting ready for that rehearsal, suddenly this thing popped in my head. And it was kind of like, if you listen to it, it probably doesn't relate at all. It doesn't sound like that. But in my mind, like, I was like, I want to do, like, some, like, Gin Blossoms, like, pop rock, 90s pop rock kind of thing. Which is a big shift for me, considering I used to be one of, like, do like Nirvana, Dark, Smashing Pumpkins, dark shit, but it's like, let me try to do pop rock. So it wasn't even let me try to, like, it just popped in my head and I started writing this and I took it to practice, and like Dennis and I wrote that song. Everything else was mostly I had written like in a format acoustically before, and then we like interpreted it later as a full band. But that song was like
well, that's awesome. Like most songs, most great songs are like that. Like, for example, Sweet Child of Mine, Slash was at Guitar Center and he's like playing clown music, and Duff's like, dude, that's like awesome. And he's like, man, no, this is clown music. And basically that's how like the beginning of Sweet Child of Mine started. Clown music.
And I just learned a new fact about music history.
I just made it up. Oh. No, it's true. It's true. No, it's actually true. I saw it in a documentary about Guns N'
Random
Roses.
fact, Slash's brother lives in Tokyo. I did not know that. And
yeah,
then,
he's right over there.
No, like, seriously. After One Star Constellation's first show in Shibuya, we were hanging out in front of Family Mart having cans in the street.
This dude with his big tall hat walked down the street.
No, he didn't even look like that. He was a fucking cool dude. Like, we were just drinking, me and Dennis were drinking in front of
Wait a second. Dude, so many people tell me fucking crazy shit like, yo man, Don Johnson's my dad.
No,
like,
I have plenty of evidence to back it up, but I'm not trying to blow that dude up on the
DNA.
I'll
DNA, you're like, let me just get a little prick.
I'll show you after, but he was such a cool dude because he was just like, yo man, like, where are you from? And he was wearing a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle shirt, so I was like, what? Oh dude, like, you must be from LA. And we were just talking about LA for like 20 minutes, and he was just a cool guy. He was like, he shouted out to us, he's like, cheers. And then after like 20 minutes, he's like, oh yeah, I'm Slash's brother. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I Googled him. I was like, sure enough, there's a picture with him and Slash, like arm in arm. I was like, you are Slash's brother. And apparently he also knows friends of mine, so other people knew about this.
Wow.
What a fucking cool guy, though. He was such a cool guy and so humble. Like, he wasn't walking around like, let me tell everybody that I'm Slash's brother. He was just like, you're at a convenience store having a street can. I see you. I cheers you. And then I was like, cheers. And somehow we just started talking about other random bullshit. Anyways.
Wow,
cheers,
that's
Slash's brother.
Cheers to Slash's brother.
I'm not going to say his name just in case he doesn't want to be like called out on this podcast. But
all right, so
he lives in Tokyo though, because it's fucking cool. Like, why wouldn't Slash's brother live in Tokyo?
What's he doing in Tokyo?
He's
maybe we shouldn't even say. Okay.
No, he does photography, I think, and he does a lot of other things. And he's Slash's brother.
Slash's brother. That's cool. You think somebody's going to say that about me one day? Or maybe you think somebody's going to say that? Like,
I'm Johnny's brother.
I'm Brad's neighbor.
I could tell people I'm your brother if you want that to be said.
Well, I don't know. Do we look the same?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
My head is much bigger. Looking at this camera, I do.
No, your face. You're closer to the camera, dude. You're like, my head is so big when I go like that. What is this, an episode of South Park or some shit? By the way, my baby sister's coming to Japan next week. Speaking of like brothers and sisters.
What do you want me to do with that information? Shall we party? with your
No,
sister.
we are definitely gonna fucking party, dude. We're gonna get fucking super fit.
And we're gonna bring her a bottle of Ichiro's.
Oh my god, dude, she would drink.
Brought
dude,
to you by Saitama and Ichiro's.
Oh my god, yeah. But anytime one of my family members comes to Japan, it's like a drunken a mess of mayhem, dude. All we do is go from like a bar to bar to bar to bar to bar. Is a guy.
Unfortunately, for the sake of this podcast, we cannot get up and get glasses of ice, so we're gonna go straight today.
Actually, we're out of ice.
Well, we're going straight.
Wait, we're gonna.
anyways.
Oh my god, you already killed your beer. Okay, cool.
Oh, if you still have time.
No,
there's
fucking
no
no.
hurry.
We
have
a whiskey.
We have a podcast to make.
We do. Scott fucking sent me an email a second ago, or a message. He might
Scott,
come over.
what are you doing? Can I come over?
The kids are asleep. All right. Anyway, so
Yes. Back to the lecture at hand.
wait, you forgot
Sorry,
to forgot to fill me up.
Well,
you forgot to fill me
I
up.
thought you were like finishing your Yeasty Boys.
I will. I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm double fisting.
What is I wish I could remember the lyrics. Back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is
Let's go.
from a young boy's perspective. Sorry, I'm quoting Snoop Dogg, the original Chronic.
You guys made a music video recently.
Baby. Yes, we did.
Tell us about the music video. And actually, before you tell us about the music video, I just want to say how happy I am that it is so awesome that there's a music video by a band that did not, the band in Japan, a Tokyo-based band that did not shoot Shibuya or Shibuya Crossing. Every single band that I know, and I'm not talking shit or anything, but every single band that's in Japan or comes to Japan shoots Shibuya Crossing, some kind of a nightclub, and it's just like the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. But if you see it like 1,000 times, like, okay, great, we got it. You're in Shibuya Crossing, Hachiko, Ichimaru-Q, Dakanyama, all that stuff, whatever, we got it, right? But you guys did the complete polar opposite, and I'm gonna give you mad props to do the opposite of fucking going to like Shibuya and fucking videotaping Shibuya Crossing.
Well, once again, you're asking a question with a lot of layers. So, and as I drink, I love to talk, and everybody knows that about me. So my apologies.
I know. There we go.
My apologies in advance for the
I'm gonna
rebels.
start drinking. Where's the whiskey?
So yeah, first of all, why did I do it where I did it? So we did it in Kamakura, and the place is called Inamura Gasaki. But for my whole,
I thought it was Zushi.
It was not. My whole time I've lived in Japan, I've loved Kamakura because I'm an LA person. I love the beach, and just in life in general, I love the ocean and I love the beach.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And the song is called "Ship in a Bottle." It's not really about a ship in a bottle.
It's like the third song in your album too.
It's that's second song. Yeah,
is it second?
Second song off the album. So it's not really about anything aquatic at all, but it seemed to be proper that it should be by the ocean.
Yeah.
Which was really unfortunate that we decided to film it in the heat of the winter in Japan. But we were so fortunate that day that it was a very warm day.
It looks like summer.
Very strange, that it was so warm on this weird, coldest month of Japan day, where I didn't even need to wear a jacket. I was expecting to be, in a beanie and gloves, the day. Anyways, why did we film it there? Because I love Yuigahama. That's my favorite beach to go to every year.
Is that Yuigahama?
It's by Yuigahama.
Okay, I thought it was Zushi.
No, so if you're at Yuigahama, and you look out to your right, there's this cape, this rock cliff that comes in. It's very natural and Japanese, not geography, whatever, topography. You never have straight beaches like California where they just go on forever. There's always a beach.
They curve.
And then there's some rocks and the beach. So there's from Yuigahama and Kamakura, you look out to the right, there's this rock cape. So basically we went there on the other side. And on the other side, if you go over the hill, then you can see Enoshima.
Oh. Yeah.
So it's...
Wow, that's beautiful too.
It's technically in the city, category, it's Kamakura, but it's, if you want to know geographically where it is, it's between Kamakura and Enoshima. And I liked it. I didn't know where we were going to do it. I just wanted to do it at the beach, and I was Kamakura is a natural place. But our video maker, by the way, amazing. His name is Michael Williams, and he's a filmmaker. He's done a lot of work in Japan. Please check out his webpage. I think it's michaelwilliamsvideo.com.
You're going to have to spell it for our guys.
Michael, I have to spell it like Jesus.
Michaelwilliams. IAMS.
Video. Video.com.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so amazed. Like, we're a foreign band in Japan. Like, you don't have high and I don't care. It's like I've been cool with like iPhone videos, but this dude, he's so professional, so amazing.
Dude, that looks so incredible. Right? Like seriously, when I saw the video, I was like, holy shit. Like, cause I mean, we've got friends that work for like big time, like I don't even think I can say it, but anyway, big time music companies. So I thought you just kind of like warmed up to one of them or something like that, because this video looks so professional. Like, if MTV played videos like back in the day, and your video was on there, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool, awesome. I would not think that it was shot, just by somebody, I would think that there's like a huge production behind it, you know what I'm saying?
And even when I hit him up, I was like, I just want a video of us playing on the beach, because I was like, I don't know, I'm not good at visual art. Like, I write music, but visual art is not my thing. I can't imagine anything. And he kind of took the reins, and to be honest with you, he did way more than like we ever deserved. But he like made conceptualization. I was like, I don't want to act because I'm a horrible fucking actor. Like, you could see there's one scene of me in the music video where I'm just like blurred out, and I turn and walk away. And every time I watch that scene, I'm like, I look like a fucking idiot because I'm a horrible actor.
The thing is, like, when you say that, you're probably the only one that thinks that. Everybody else doesn't think that.
Well, even now I'm looking at myself speak. I'm like, I look like a fucking idiot. So yes,
that's
exactly.
like that's in your mind, dude. Seriously,
right.
Don't listen to that shit. Never listen to your mind.
But I was worried because I was like, I don't want acting in this video, because like when acting is amateurish, then it just like cheapens it. But he hired like the perfect model. By the way, her name is she's Jocelyn Tori. I don't know why I said her name like Japanese, Jocelyn Tori. Yeah, but yeah, she's on Instagram. You can check her out in our links in the video.
Definitely
amazing performance.
Yeah,
I
great.
like, and she's you don't see that in the video because she's like doing a performance in the video. Nicest person ever, by the way. She was so nice. She lives in Shizuoka. She came out from Shizuoka for the day to do this video for us.
Wow, that's cool. And she did a great job, too.
And so we did it at this place because, I wanted to do Kamakura. The filmmaker, he knew of this place in Kamakura where we wouldn't get, like, arrested by the police or anything like that.
You wouldn't get arrested. You just get harassed.
Yeah. And it was cool because there was this natural stage where this bridge was there.
Yeah, no, that was super cool, man. I mean, that looked like a stage. Like, somebody built that for you guys,
Right.
And you know what the craziest thing is about that? Jiro is such not the beach kind of person. He's so hardcore, punk rock. So he's on the beach, you're like, whoa, dude, this is weird, but it works.
He was wearing like glam rock platforms, which I was like, I never tell Jiro how to dress, and I just let Jiro be Jiro because I want Jiro to be Jiro. But like, yeah, it was like, it's funny because you were in like glam rock platforms. I was like, Jiro's more 80s, and I love that about Jiro.
I love Jiro. He's great.
And then Dennis was like, Dennis and his like little like low cut thing, like playing the drums. He looks fucking amazing. If I was a girl, and I'm not, but I'd be like, who's that drummer? And I'm just me, unapologetically. But it came out amazing. I was like, fuck, I wasn't expecting that. Like, cheers.
It turned out really good. Yeah, no, that video is absolutely fantastic. The one thing that is missing is the drone scene.
Oh, because actually our filmmaker, Michael, he has a drone. And he's like, I want to bring the drone. But he knows, because he's
regulations,
he's a professional filmmaker. And he actually knows, like, I cannot fly my drone here. But he had all this fucking
regulations,
cool,
yeah.
He had all these cool gadgets. He had a crane. Like, if you see the end of the video where, like, actually, I have, like, pictures of it. But, like, he has this crane thing where it, like, goes up like that. It's like, I didn't even know these things existed. When I asked him to, like, film the video for us, when I employed him, when I employed him.
When I hired this guy, I told him what to do.
I mean, I don't have high expectations, so I'm just amazed. I'm so amazed at his professionalism. I'm amazed
he was great.
that he like produced it. And even when he did all that for us, like I was like, okay, maybe I'll get this video at the end of February. It's only February 24th, by the way. He sent me the finished like version 4 days after we filmed it. So, anyways, big promotion to Michael Williams. Fucking check that dude out. I hope
definitely check him out.
I hope his inbox is just flooded with requests.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah,
I told you it was a long story, by the way.
No, it's great. I love long stories. I love long stories because if you don't talk, I'll talk, and I'll just talk about random shit. But the thing is, just like, I mean, it was a magnificent video. I really love. I love the how it's kind of like I don't know what the style of what the filter is, but kind of whitewashed or whatever. It was kind of like the saturation. It's like. I don't know how to explain it right now. I'm too fucking drunk.
I should mention one other cool thing about that.
Yeah, you tell it. You talk about it.
So, sorry, because this excites me. I don't know if it excites anybody else.
It will.
But I am in Japan, and when foreigners, people overseas think about Japan, you want to think about samurais jumping around and shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Or robots. There's unfortunately no robot stories on that beach, but that location is actually a historical location.
Cool.
Yeah, where... shit, because I'm drunk, I'm gonna mess up names. But check it out on Wikipedia. You could fact check me, whatever. Dude, look up the siege of Kamakura. Kamakura used to be the capital of Japan. Are you gonna like?
No, I'm just pointing out how much of whiskey we've drank. Yeah. So the people, so everybody, all the faders that are watching YouTube, you know how kind of like which level we're at right now. Because I mean, pretty much we already killed like half this bottle of fucking beautiful Jiro's Saitama's finest whiskey.
Don't forget about the Yeasty Boys.
Yeasty Boys.
All right, but seriously though, like no, it's empty.
It's empty. Oh my god, yeah. I don't want my cat drinking that, and I don't want my wife coming and be like, "You spilled beer on the carpet."
I would never do that in the middle of our podcast while I'm telling about the historical value of my music video.
Tom would, but yes, please. All right, so tell us.
So yes, like look it up on Wikipedia. I might make a name wrong or something, but this actually happened. So Kamakura used to be the capital of Japan. For anyone who doesn't know, now it's Tokyo, as you all know.
Yep.
And for even some people you don't know that Kyoto was also the capital. So before Kyoto was the capital, Kamakura was the capital.
Really?
You know that.
I know.
So during that period, there was this group in Kyoto who were like, we need to restore power back to the emperor. So they came to like invade Kamakura, but Kamakura is like very like naturally reinforced area. Right, so that you couldn't easily access it because it's blocked by that cape of Inamura Gasaki, and it's blocked by all these mountains around it.
Yeah.
So it's like very impenetrable, and they tried to go through a pass and they were blocked. So eventually the dude, I believe his name was Yoshisada, but fact check that. That might be on YouTube, I might be wrong, or YouTube, Wikipedia. He couldn't enter, and then he threw his golden katana into the ocean. And he prayed to the gods.
He had a golden katana? Do you know how dumb that is? That sounds awesome, but I mean, if you're going to cut somebody, your katana's going to break.
Well, he threw it in the ocean, so it didn't really have any consequence about its durability.
Okay.
But anyways, he threw it in the ocean, and sure enough, the fucking tides receded, and he was able to go around that cape that we filmed next to. And he was able to access Kamakura, and they had a massive samurai battle, and Kamakura fell. Kyoto took over as the reigning capital of Japan. The emperor's power was reinstated until the whatever period. This is Japanese history by a guy who's not Japanese.
And that's like, what? Half a whiskey bottle and Yeasty Boys deep. Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting. I love Japanese history, to be honest. I really love Japanese history, especially like the samurai, the shogun stuff.
Right. I mean, I just like the fact that you can watch our music video and be like, One Star Constellation made their hit video there, or there was also a massive samurai battle.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, what if you like fucked with like the contrast of the video, and also you start seeing like these ghosts of like samurais like fighting each other? They're like in some kind of like a repeat kind of thing, you know?
It would change the theme of the song a little bit, but I'm welcome to that. That didn't happen, so.
But
it's
what
okay.
I mean, what if you did that? It kind of looked like they're dancing, you know? And you're like, oh my god, this is horrifically awesome.
We should have like superimposed some samurai battle shit in the back. I don't know.
No, that wouldn't work.
Anyways.
That wouldn't work.
I'm worried that Ichiro's is taking over and I'm rambling. So
It
next
is,
question.
but it's good.
To the next question.
Wait, do we have any questions left? All right, I mean,
I don't believe that I think I'm still on question number 2 because I talk too much.
when is your birthday? No, I'm joking.
My birthday. I am a Cancer, and
No, okay, so all right, we talked about what you call it, the music video quite a bit.
Right.
All right, what about the recording process? Because I mean, your CD is it a CD? Or are you gonna press the CD?
Probably not. As much as I love material things and I love
I love tangible art.
So do
If
I.
you look behind me, I mean, I'm all about tangible art. By the way, that's the cover of your CD.
And that's the problem is like, don't tell anybody because if I want to be a famous musician, I might be old. Don't tell anybody about that.
I'm older than
Like,
you, Dick.
I know. But regardless, like, I love my CDs, but when I think about, like, do I have a CD player in Japan?
I do.
No, I have the same fucking MacBook as you do.
Really?
And there's no CD player that's in that anymore. So, really, like, who's going to buy the CD? Yeah, probably. Maybe I'll make a CD. If enough people request it in the future, I will. But I just assume that most people are like me and they've gone on to the digital age. Even though I love tangible items and I prefer tangible items and I prefer to have my record collection. I also don't want to, like, invest in that if no one's going to buy it. So, for now, it's going to be launched March 11th at 8 p.m. On, like, all the digital streaming platforms and, like, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, and there's a shitload of other ones that nobody else uses, but it's going to be available there as well.
We'll have all the links down in the show notes. That's kind of sad though. I really enjoy having tangible CDs and records because the thing is like all right. When I was a kid, what I really loved to do is like when I listened to the CD, when I listened to the cassette tape or the record, I liked looking at the pictures, you know, and reading the lyrics along with like the music, you know, and it was cool. And even when I was a kid, sometimes I would take like a, what was it? Was it Exodus? I'm not sure. It was like
Exodus.
No, like, you know, like metal. I used to listen to a lot of metal.
Of the people. Sorry,
but
wrong Exodus.
Wrong Exodus. Maybe it was probably Iron Maiden. But I would take like what you call it, maybe it was Slayer. It was probably it was like so many different bands. But I would take like the cassette or the CD and I would like staple it on my wall so I'd have like a poster. It's like something that I could look at as I'm listening to the music and just appreciate like the music and stuff. And yeah, you know, that's kind of like sad that like, you know, when you download something or if you watch it on YouTube, you basically, what do you do when you like listen to like a band on YouTube? You're like, what, doing your homework, looking out the window, like vacuuming or something like that? You know, I like to like have something in my hand where I can like have something visual and have something, well, I guess maybe that's where like music videos come in actually.
Right. But that's one of those things where it's like almost, because we're in Japan, right?
Yeah.
We're a little bit...
I hope so. My God!
Did I drink too much and I'm like in another country?
I think we're in Vancouver, man.
We're almost a little bit disconnected because, well, one thing I grew up in the 80s, but when I was in the 80s, I definitely didn't own shit. Maybe you owned some shit, but like my actual music...
I had some shit.
My experience was like in the 90s where maybe I started briefly with cassette tapes, but then you had CDs. So, like, for me, even with CDs, I was very satisfied. I love, like, the album art. I love going through the pages. I love reading, like, the messages from the band.
Yeah.
Like the Smashing Pumpkins, like, had great, like, liner art.
You ever see them live?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
like,
cool.
My first rock concert, I wouldn't say my first concert, because I saw Santana in 96 with my family.
Wow! Okay, you win.
Which is cool. But then, like, if I want to sound cool and be like, my first... concert was Smashing Pumpkins. That's also cool too. But like, so I say my first like rock concert.
Santana is better than Smashing. If you say Santana, you get mad respect.
I did see Santana though.
But Carlos Santana is so fucking awesome.
Too.
Oh, he's so cool.
But yeah, my first concert was Smashing Pumpkins during the Adore tour. Not the same as seeing Smashing Pumpkins in the early 90s. It would have been better. But I'm still grateful I saw Smashing Pumpkins with Darcy.
I saw Sonic Youth when I was 19.
Fuck you.
So good.
Damn it. That's so much better than anything I was about to say. Now I forgot what I was talking about.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, dude. Please continue. I'm sorry.
There was actually a main point that we were going on a tangent about
Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh yeah, we're talking about CDs though.
CDs, yes.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, those artwork, I loved having that. And even now, I've been in Japan for 14 years, and that started to die with all the thing of Spotify and all that. But then suddenly vinyls are coming out, and I started having a little bit of vinyl collection before I moved to Japan.
Yeah.
But then that's still back in America. I have no vinyl player in Japan. I can't indulge in that at all.
Yeah.
Do you have a vinyl player?
I've got 2 turntables
and a microphone. That's where it's at.
I do. And I got a mixer, and I have I think I have maybe 120 records. I used to have probably realistically maybe 5,000 or 6,000 records.
So maybe I'm the only asshole who doesn't have a means to play something other than digitally. So that's why I chose to just do digitally only for now. But
digital is good.
But yeah, anyways, also what I was going with that story is I would I love the CD art, but then a lot of people would be like, I miss the days of vinyl art. Apparently when people had vinyls,
wait, people say that? Dude, fucking all right.
Well,
I'm older than most people, even though I look really young. But the thing is, it's just I remember vinyl, but the thing is, when I was a kid, it wasn't vinyl full records. It was 45s.
Yeah, I remember
45s were popular.
I remember my sister having Madonna 45s or some shit.
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about is and actually I've heard a lot of people reference this. Is Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. You could pull out the liner notes and then use it as rolling paper.
Well, you could do that with a Bible too.
That's a second, anti. Whatever Christian reference we've made this evening.
Sorry, Christians.
Sorry, Saitama. Sorry, Christians.
Shit.
Actually, Saitama's winning at this point.
I don't know. But anyway, but, digital, if you're going to do digital, is there any way where you can give people something? Maybe stickers, t-shirts. All right, when you perform...
Funny that you ask, because today I put in a request order for some stickers. So, yes.
Stickers. Do you want to do t-shirts? I got a t-shirt guy.
We should talk about this not on the podcast.
I don't have a t-shirt guy. I do. I got a great t-shirt guy. Yeah, so, we should talk about this.
No, definitely. I think about... Because I like tangible items, and I think everybody likes...
Dude, look at my shirt. Look at my shirt. What am I wearing?
Dose.
Yeah, dude, this is Dose comic, dude. This is my favorite comic book right here, dude. We've had John and Sean on the show and stuff. This is awesome, dude. I love tangible stuff.
How much of your listeners are in Asia, and how much of your listeners are over in America or Europe?
When you say Asia, do you mean Japan?
No, not just Japan. Expats or something.
I don't know. I would say maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna. See, the thing is, before, when I first started doing the podcast, I was so into the numbers, and then after a while, I really wasn't into the numbers, and now I just don't give a fuck about the numbers. I just do the podcast. I just have fun with the show.
I think
for I would say 80%. 80% are not in Japan.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is because if people are not in Japan, they don't understand. When you're living as an expat. You don't have, in Japan too, you don't have a CD player, you don't have a turntable, everything just becomes digital. While back home in America, everyone's they started this vinyl collection, Jack White started producing all these vinyls, and everyone got on board, with doing the vinyl culture.
Yeah.
So tangible items do exist overseas, but in Japan, they only sell, CDs actually still exist here, but they exist for the pop idol groups, because weird perverted dudes go to the autograph signing events. And that's the only reason Tower Records still exists.
Oh, the shake and bakes?
Yeah, that makes sense because you do the handshake, but I didn't know it was called shake and bake.
It's slang. It's slang for that kind of thing. Yeah, anyway, yeah, where you like meet a celebrity and you shake their hand and stuff, and then you hang out with them, so it's like shaking and baking with them.
And let's be very clear, in Japan, that doesn't mean meet your favorite celebrity like Taylor Swift. That means like let's meet like a 16-year-old group of pop idols and shake their hand and be creepily obsessed. That's why.
But in many cases, like I mean, those bands like nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah,
you know?
and they still sell like their CDs for $40, which is crazy, and that's why Tower Records still exists here and not anywhere else in the world. And I love Japan, so no hate on that, but that's a reality.
I'm really glad that Tower Records exists. God, dude, like back in the day and stuff, when I first came to Japan, Tower Records was like the only place where I can get like English like books. So I go there and I like buy English books, you know?
Yeah, that was, I mean, it was weird when I moved to Japan in '08, like, and I'm from LA, so there's a huge Tower Records in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, all that
There's
shit.
There's a documentary about that.
Yeah, and all that shit, like, was still
and San Francisco.
Very, very dominant, and it tumbled so quickly.
There's a documentary about that.
Yes, and by Tom Hanks' son, Colin Hanks. I believe he...
Oh, Colin Hanks is awesome.
And he produced it. It was a great documentary, and it also made you realize, like, wow, they did not plan well for the digital age of music. So anyways,
well, I mean,
our album's available on all the digital streaming platforms because
yeah,
we are preparing for the digital age.
That's awesome. No, you really should. You know, I mean, if you're like an artist, you know, you, like myself as a painter or as a musician and stuff, you really have to kind of like, even though you don't want to, but you kind of have to be on the edge of like change, you know? If everything's going... Please.
No, which is also like...
Are you going to have an NFT or something?
No. Which is also a contradiction of what we did, because I wanted to release an album. Like, really, this age of music is, like, you release singles...
What about a 45? Just release a 45.
Well, it's too late. We already made an album.
And it's coming out on... record?
It's coming out on March 11th.
On wax?
No. Like, just, like, 9 songs.
Okay. I thought you were talking about wax. I mean, that would be great if you released...
No. In these days, people just release EPs or they release singles, and there's that nostalgia.
Why don't you release a 45? Nobody's releasing 45s.
Well, I can. We're going to do this.
You should. That'd be awesome. Because, I mean,
there's nothing holding me back from doing that, but I was like, let's release it digitally first and see how that does.
Oh, of course. Yes, absolutely. But the thing
After
is, like,
people on the Got Faded podcast listen to it and this blows up and we're famous around the world, I'm going to give you your 45.
For $9.99. But, trust me.
That was like Best Buy prices in like 2001.
For $999,000.
You haven't taken
inflation, bitches.
You haven't taken inflation into account for these prices. Don't promise things to people that I can't deliver.
Listen, there's a reason why I have 3 accountants. I'm really bad with numbers. I think I pay them too much too. But the thing is this though, man. Nobody's doing 45s. People, like even podcasts, every so often a podcast will release a record of like one of their episodes or some shit, which is fucking, I don't know, it is what it is. But a 45, nobody's released a 45. And the cool thing is about a 45 is, if you get a 45 is like one track, one song on one like a mini record, right? Like a little baby record, right? And you flip it over, you get the B-side, you got another song, right? And you can do whatever you want. You have an interview or something like that in the B-side. But so on one side, you got a song, and the other side, you got like a conversation with you and your band members, right? And the thing is, you've got the artwork on the record. So what people can do is they can buy the 45 as artwork. They can put it on their wall, they can frame it, they can do whatever they want and stuff. But still, they could play it as well.
By the way, how could I be... Oh no! I placed my glass on the glass. And,
it's okay.
The microphone
people are driving off the roads. It's cool.
How could I be so ignorant to forget this reference? Speaking of artwork, by the way,
are you going to do some Christian Slater kind of comments or something? Greetings and salutations.
I wasn't even going to do that.
But, you should though, right? That's our thing.
We've known each other for a long time. I think he looks like Christian Slater.
When I go like this, greetings and salutations.
So, speaking of artwork, for our album artwork, yes, this is the album cover, One Star Constellation, Star Over Tokyo.
Boom.
Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, this looks familiar. I think I've seen this picture somewhere. Because it's right behind me.
But that's it. That's the original, and I changed it and made it so much better because you wanted a nighttime scape, so I changed it for nighttime. So there we go.
So this is the artist to our album cover, by the way. It was very purely coincidental. I actually had this concept in my mind, like Star Over Tokyo. I wanted like this cityscape of Tokyo, and I hit him up, and he's like, actually, I happen to have a painting.
I got the perfect painting. I just need another star. So I put the star right there.
Right. And for me, is like the image was just like it is Star Over Tokyo. I want some nighttime feeling. So he changed up the colors, but this is the original works, by the way, for anyone who wants to know. Amazing artists. If you listen to this podcast, you probably know, but
yeah. No, this is absolutely a spectacular painting because this painting, I'm like talking to the painting, but see, the thing is about this painting
you are beautiful. You are mine.
No, but the microphone, you gotta talk into the mic. If you don't talk into the microphone, they can't hear you. But the thing is, it's just like, I mean, you've got everything in this painting. You've got Shinjuku, you've got Shibuya, you've got Akihabara, you've got Roppongi, you've got Skytree. Even right here, this right here, this building right here.
If you've seen Lost in Translation, this is the Park Hyatt in Shinjuku.
Yeah, that's it right there.
That's very important for any gaijin foreigner living in Japan. You're like, Lost in Translation, Bill Murray was here.
Yeah.
Then this is the Mode Tower, this weird fashion school in Shinjuku, but
it's kind of weird, but yeah.
This is the City Hall.
Yeah, you got it.
Tokyo Tower. You got SoftBank Tower. You got Skytree. Yeah, all the important shit is all there, and I had that in my image, and he did that before I even asked him.
The Asahi building is right there.
Oh, I didn't even... Oh, that's Odaiba.
Asahi is right there, and then you've got...
Odaiba, right?
Yeah, that's Odaiba right over there.
Fuji
There's Fuji TV, and then where's... Oh, see this one right here? You know what that is? Ichimaru Kyo. That's 109. So that's like Shibuya right there.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah!
It's mind-blowing.
I know. So this is like an abstract detailed painting of Shibuya, of Tokyo.
Which is what I had in mind, and he already created it. All he had to do was change the colors and
Well, you had a nighttime with like stars, and I had the daytime one, so I had to like kind of like change it, and I just made it better. I just kind of like amplified the colors and stuff like that.
I wouldn't say you made it better. You just made it to what I wanted. But you already had... Anyway, he's awesome.
Yeah. No, come on. You know, it's all good. I do what I do.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that we answered most of these questions. So what about the future? So what's next?
The first step is the CD, the album release party, which is March 11th, the Shibuya Ruby Room. We're playing with great bands, Creep Down, yes! And like great grunge rock band, Koji and the Moonlanders.
I love Koji. He's such a cool guy.
And Koji and I are so much the same. Like we come, I mean, so did Scott from Creep Down too.
But Scott's great.
But Koji and I think like we have exactly the same musical influences, except I'm a little bit more Kurt Cobain and he's a little bit more
Pearl Jam.
He could be more Eddie Vedder, or he could be more like Lane Stanley, like whatever. Like, but that's the great thing about this scene is like we have like the different bands from the different parts. We're not all sounding the same. And also like for him, Koji was in a band called Dogs, who was also
Dogs is great.
Who was also hard grunge rock, like my ex-band was.
Yeah.
And I love Dogs. I love
Dogs
cats.
is great.
I like cats.
It's a little bit. Yeah, I love cats too. Jaja, where's Jaja?
Oh,
Ja.
That's a good point. She's like, oh, in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's just chilling.
But yeah, like, and I like that. For me, after -0, I'm going into this new transition of exploring. I still sound very 90s, and actually,
it's good.
When I started like preparing to write this, I thought this was going to be an acoustic album, and then.
Really?
I started layering all the guitars as like, this still sounds like a fucking Smashing Pumpkins hard album with a lot of distortion. That wasn't the goal, but it came out and I love the sound. It sounds beautiful in my mind. Yeah. So I don't actually think I escaped grunge rock as much as I like to pretend that I did.
You know, it's interesting, and that's why I said the Pixies earlier, because the thing is, it's just like, it's not grunge, but it has a lot of 90s influence to it.
I agree.
That makes sense.
You know, like, it's not that I aim to be 90s. I'm just unapologetically, I cannot escape my 90s influence.
Yeah, me too.
I don't set
Look at my hat.
I don't set out to try to sound like anything, but I just wanted to do something and explore the different influences than when I was like really trying to write grunge, which is why I like this album, because I feel like it's the most organic. Like when I was in Negative Zero, I was really trying to be grunge.
Really?
And because part of
That's
it,
beautiful.
Because part of it is who I was, but part of it was like maybe I was trying to be grunge too hard, and this was just me being like,
I didn't get that.
I hope not, because maybe that's just me like apologizing for my past self. But
no, nobody got that.
Okay, well that's good.
Nobody thought that. Nobody's like nobody thought that.
But
at
in
all.
terms of like vocal or like the lyrical content, I was like, and that became harder, and that's kind of why I wanted to also progress. Is like, I'm not that sad anymore. I'm not that angry anymore. It's really hard to be, and I really treasure sincerity behind music. So I was like, if I'm just pretending to be angry or pretending to be sad, I don't want to like keep doing this. And you know, I still have all my music's very introspective, and it still is like sad and shit. So it's not like I'm not sad anymore in my songs. Yeah. But I wasn't like that angry. I'm an adult. I'm doing all right. I got money. Like I do stuff like. I'm not ready to be like, my life is so bad. I'm living under a bridge.
Well, all right. One thing is, it's like, you know, I never thought that whatsoever. You know, I just thought that like it's more of like, as an artist, you can't do the same. All right. I'm gonna say
that's true though. Like when you said it's more mature, I respected that, because it's like I don't, as much as I like to think it's a completely different sound. Actually, it's very connected. It's just more like mature, right? I think so.
Well, it's just like, all right, that's true. But when you're an artist, a lot of times when you're an artist, let's say like just say like anybody, let's say Banksy, Jean-Michel Basquiat,
Jamaica.
Yeah, but you do something and you become famous for that. Everybody wants you to do that forever, right? But the thing is, as an artist, you do something and you do one thing, you do another thing, you do another thing, you do another thing, and that becomes famous and popular, right? But the thing is, because you're an artist, you're always going to change. You're always going to mature. You're going to do like something different, something different, something different, something different. And your hardcore fans, the people that understand you, are going to follow you, right? But a lot of people, like a lot of fucking shitty generic people, are going to be like, no, he changed. He did something different, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to fucking give you shit. But the thing is, as an artist, you have to progress. You have to do something different, and that's something that you did.
You hit the nail on the head, because it's like, you know, I feel like being in the grunge rock thing, which I want to be. I wish I was fucking cool as Kurt Cobain or as Silverchair. I wish I was cool as you. I wanted to fit in that, but that was very limiting, because it's like I have other influences and I have other music that I like, and I've created this bubble that I can't escape, and I want to explore the other things. So after Negative Zero finished, I'm allowed to explore that, and luckily I have a great, once again, not about me, it's all about my band, like
Dennis and Jito.
Not even my band, it's about the band and me. Dennis and Jito, like One Star Constellation wouldn't exist without them. They're amazing musicians,
awesome people.
Everything that you hear about the music, like they were like skeletons of song concepts that I wrote, but they wouldn't be what they are today without those guys. Those guys really like made the songs what they are. So
great people, very talented.
We're drinking a lot of Ichidos, so there's a lot of Brad in this story. But once again, as my disclaimer was, I told you this isn't a story about me.
Dude, we almost killed this bottle of fucking vodka. You know, the thing is, I think we should probably kill this podcast, because the thing is, like, we're gonna get really sloppy and embarrassing in like 10 minutes.
I am interested though. You had other questions. It's like, let us see what he was intending to ask me. What is the recording proceeds? The recording proceeds is different. He meant process, but it looks like proceeds.
PROC. No, it says process, dude. You are too wasted. All right, these questions are on the proceeds. What
proceeds? I am not.
All right,
we are making rip. The proceeds are zero unless you all tune in and listen to us on Spotify and buy our shit on iTunes. Let's make a lot of money. No, I don't care about that. I just hope that you guys listen to the album and you like it. Once again, like I said, it's modern age. Everybody just wants singles to be dropped, but I'm an old school guy. Selfishly, I was like, I just want to make an album. And I want you to explore every track as a journey from front to end. How many people do that? I don't know. But even if you like the first track, you like the second track, that's good enough. But please try to go on the whole album as a journey. Just listen to it as a story, as we used to do before the digital age, when we only had... Johnny and I, we only had CDs, right? Or albums or cassettes.
That's albums,
yeah.
45s.
And
yeah.
in our age, is like you buy a CD and you're like, that's great. I got a new CD. All I can do is listen to this 500 times before I can afford the next CD.
But so that was great.
I know, and I liked it. And that
was great. That's how you got to know the music.
Like, I can tell you I can listen to Nirvana Unplugged and hear from every clap or gasp what song is coming next. But it's a new age, and I'm old, and I'm dating myself by saying that. But what I wanted was to make an album just because I wanted to make an album. So listen to it.
You got to make an album, and you got to listen to it. No, your album is absolutely spectacular. I've listened to it. I've seen your music video. It's so good. I love it. I think it's so amazing. And faders, you should all go down to the show notes and definitely check it out.
How can you find it?
Wait, no.
onestarconstellation.com.
I was going to say different
or linktr.ee, linktr, One Star Constellation. YouTube.
It's all in the show notes.
YouTube.com/onestarconstellation. Face or Instagram is one. There's only one star constellation in the world, and because we are the 1 star constellation,
especially in Tokyo,
of your life. And we have a star over Tokyo, which is our album coming out March 11th, 2023.
That's right. That's absolutely right. All right, faders, thank you so much for tuning into this very special episode of Got Faded Japan. I am your host, Johnny. Definitely go to YouTube. If you go to YouTube, subscribe. And one more time, what is the best way to get your music?
The best part of waking up is
coffee in your cup.
1 Star Constellation will be on Spotify from March 11th. And we'll be on iTunes, we'll be on Apple Music, we'll be on Amazon, we'll be on all the... I didn't even know Napster still exists, but we'll be on Napster. We're on like 23 different fucking...
Napster! There's still a Napster!
There is a Napster, apparently, because like...
What the fuck?
CD Baby told me our shit's being distributed to that, so there's still a Napster out there.
Wow.
But I think anybody who cares is like... Maybe... What was the other thing? Is
80 years old?
Whatever. We're on all the digital stuff, and maybe
you're everywhere.
If you like it enough, then maybe I'll print some vinyls because I'd love to have some material shit.
45s. You got to do 45s.
Yeah. Because Johnny told me I'm gonna make a 45 of a Ship in a Bottle. Is our lead single. Our second single is Letters to Yesterday. I'll make both sides for Johnny just because he asked for it.
It's gonna be good.
We'll have stickers at our CD launch party on March 11th.
Yes.
We're playing March 24th. Also at Johnny's event at Shibuya No or NOB, however, nobody knows how to pronounce it.
Nobody does. I don't even know.
Is it Knob? Is it NOB?
Who knows? But anyway, I'll be there. Anyway, faders, thank you so much for tuning in to this very special episode of Got Faded Japan. Brad, thank you so much for being here, man. Fucking dude, out of all the people that been on this show, you're the only one that brought like my favorite whiskey and an amazing beer, dude. I am faded as fuck, dude, and I fucking love it, dude. You're the best, man. Give me some love.
Mommy just jealous. It's the Yeasty Boys.
Oh! Catch you next time, faders. Peace. Whoa. Look at all this. Hey, what's up? I'm Johnny, a.k.a. the Spilled Ink, the one and only, and today I'm going to make a popsicle painting. I'm really excited to do this. I've got all my paints here. It takes about this much paint to make a popsicle painting. And I've got my 2 other most important ingredients. Very strong hot coffee. Oh, actually, that's not that hot. But still, it's strong coffee. And I've got punk rock music. With these 2 things, nothing could go wrong. All right, with that said...
Let's rock.